Right, now then my friends, it's another cold one. Well, today we need something that's going to warm us up, so I think we need a bit of a curry, don't we? That's what we need, and I think we're better than Brick Lane, my friends. Now you may be thinking, well, hang on a minute, Brick Lane is in London, and that skyline behind me there, well, that's New York, isn't it? That's right, because we're off to Brick Lane Curry House over in New York, named after the world famous Brick Lane in London. The big question though, is Brick Lane in New York as good as Brick Lane in London? Well, we're going to go and find that out. We're going to mark it out of 10. I want you guys to mark it out of 10 as well on looks alone, and also on price, and how my facial expressions, etc. Also, if you're new to the channel, by the way, do me a favour before this helicopter comes over, hit the subscribe button, click the little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos. We're going to have a wander around New York as well along the way. We're going to take the ferry over from here, right in Hoboken, over to the city. Show you a little few of the sights as well, because you don't just want to see a curry, do you? I mean, come on, it's New York City. You want to see Manhattan. Anyway, without further ado, my friends, let's go.
City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down, yeah.
I was born in the city, I was raised on its edges. My pop worked his life when it's complex. I found love in its center. If I could live here forever, think it'd be for the better. I love the weather, even though it's fog 24/7. I love the people. This is the city I met all my best friends, and I wanna thank every break. I wanna thank every...
I've got to tell you, it is freezing. It's February at the moment, my friends. If you are going to visit New York and you don't like the cold, probably best avoid January and February. However, we're in Hoboken at the moment, which I said on the intro. This is a fantastic place to see the skyline of Manhattan. And you can take 2 ferries over. You can actually go to the World Trade or Midtown. And we're going to take Midtown ferry today as well. You can also get a PATH train as well, but it's a beautiful day. We want to see the signs. Come on, just got to get up now. Oh, God.
This city of mine, oh, you most my best moments in life. See, I fell in love for the first time in Golden Gate Park. I saw my first rap show at Great American Hall. I used to beg my homies for a ride across the bridge to goof off and spend the whole damn day doing whatever we want. Keith drove us down to Ice Place while we'd roll up a blunt, and me and Jack would get stoney, walk around and get lost. Don't think I'll ever truly pay back while I was lucky to get.
Right, so we're on our way to Manhattan now. The gentleman's very kindly said I can stand out here if I want, so we can get to see the views along the way. So sit back, grab yourself a coffee, a cup of tea, glass of wine, gin and tonic, and enjoy the view. And well, just have a look at the view. You don't want to look at me when there's that here.
I never really had a place to call my own, so I travel and I roam till I find that. But I'm full of adventure, so I wander and I venture, and it's safe to say that really I don't mind that. I book a flight to try to figure where my mind's at, a spot where I don't spend no money, just some time at. I mix and mingle with the people till I learn a little. I brought some weed and baby, maybe we could burn a little. She said you're funny, I said no, I'm Xavier, then I left. Sun shining, birds chirping, let me take a breath. I'm headed to the city where my chance to make it best. Where people like to give a little, then you take the rest. I'm hoping one day maybe I can find a place to rest. I fell in love with life and wonder where it take me next. I like the hustle and bustle, I fell in love with the fashion. I feel the pulse of the city, it's moving me like a passion, and it's mine.
Oh, right, oh boy, I have to tell you, that was absolutely freezing on the front of there, but the guy said, yeah, just stand on the front, you'll be fine, you'll get some great shots. But my hands, I can't feel them now. I definitely need to spice up my curry a little bit. I am going to go for a tikka masala and maybe a little bit of something else, but I am going to ask him to put some fire and heat into it as well, because it is so cold on there. But what a beautiful, beautiful city. I've said it before, I love this city, I really do. The skyline, the smells, the sounds, and we're going to show you some of it. Don't just fast forward to the curry, because a curry's a curry, isn't it? You know, let's have a little bit of a mooch around, a little bit of a look round, and put a smile on your face. It's blue sky, it's sunshine, and okay, it's cold, but the sun's shining. Come on, onwards, my friends.
City of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down.
You know, I'll just have a few seconds here just to explain, because some of the viewers, the regular viewers of the channel, will know that I used to live here in the USA, over in Hoboken, and the reason why was because I came over with my ex-wife, now ex-wife, and we came to meet Martin, the silver fox, who's been on the video a couple of days ago, and he lived over here, and immediately I fell in love with New York and the backdrop of New York after seeing it on TV as a kid, and you'd see it, you know, on Cagney and Lacey and Hill Street Blues and things like that, and I just immediately fell in love with it after I got off the plane. I thought, I've got to come and live in New York. And Martin said to me, why don't you go and buy a place in Hoboken? It's only over the water and you've got great views and it's fantastic over there, and I love Hoboken. So I worked literally, blimey, I think I did 4 days working with no sleep. I was a graphic designer at the time, running my own business, and I worked and worked and worked, and I kept playing. Bear with me, I'm just telling you, we'll get to the Indian. And I started playing Billy Joel's New York State of Mind constantly on a loop, over and over and over again, to drive me to work hard enough to go over and buy a place in Hoboken. Well, get a mortgage, but get the down payment for a mortgage. And I did it, and I was there for 12 years, and I sold up just before the pandemic. So I sold up, luckily, just before the lockdown came in, and got rid, because halfway between having my place here, I met somebody, I met Sarah, had children and younger children, and circumstances changed, but it's nice to, and now I'm back being back over here filming, because I'm a vlogger now, a YouTuber, so it's great to see the city again. I love it, the sights, the sounds, the smells, it just lights up your senses. I absolutely love this city. So if you haven't been, ignore all the negative comments saying it's a dirty place and blah blah blah, because there's dirty places you can find anywhere in any city, whether you're in London, whether you're in New York. You have to come and experience it. There's so much to see and do in this city. It's fantastic. And choose your time though, don't come in the winter, it's really really cold. Come maybe springtime or fall, autumn. Anyway, let's go and get this Indian and let's see a few more sights. Come on, onwards. I hope you didn't mind that little story, you know, along the way. Come on. You know, I'm just thinking, I'm waffling on again here, but being a YouTuber, it is hard work if you're doing daily vlogs, because there's a lot of editing to it, filming to it, getting the right clips, thinking of what you're going to film, etc., downloading the footage, etc. However, on the flip side, I have to say, it's days like these that make me thankful and grateful for the job that I've actually got. But I think a lot of YouTubers take it for granted that it's their given right to do this, and in reality we should be thanking you, because without you guys that watch this, then this wouldn't be possible. So I want to just take this moment to thank you for watching my videos, liking my videos and sharing them, because without you it wouldn't be possible. It would be pointless really if nobody's actually going to watch what you create. So it spurs me on to create more content and go different places and show you different places and try and bring a little bit of a smile, a little bit of sunshine into your lives. But that's it. I just wanted to say thank you, because I think a lot of YouTubers they just take it for granted. So thank you. Anyway, come on, I'm starving. I can't say that, can I? You're not allowed to say that. I'm Hank Marvin. My mum would have slapped me. Come on. Now this has to be the strangest looking thing ever. It's basically like a little village on the water. Just wow, just look at that. I mean, this is why I love this city. There is something around every corner. Just, I mean, that's mental. Come on. So we're now walking through the meatpacking district. Love this part of town, it's excellent. Also, while you're here as well, have a look at the High Line. Look that up. It's a walk that you can do, and it really is. It's beautiful in the spring, and summer's a bit hot, like I say, but spring and fall. Come on, onwards, my friends. You know, I see a lot of people in New York, I have to say, it's one pet hate of mine, and I'm sure you'll agree. They've got the phone and they'll go, yeah, I'm on my way now. No, I'll be over in about 14 minutes. No, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. No, listen to me, yeah. I'll give you the directions. Just message it to me. Yeah, no, I know. I want everybody else to know my business. Everybody in the street to know my business, because I'm using the speakerphone on my phone rather than putting it to my ear like that. Oh, now we're almost there. Now there are going to be a few of you out there, a handful, who whinge and say it's taken 25 minutes to get to the food. You might as well just fast forward to 25 minutes and 32 seconds to get to watch him eat the curry. I like to bring a little bit more than that to you, because there are food review channels, and as I say, this is food, travel and tech, so I'll try and show you a little bit more than just me eating a curry or a hot dog or a bag of fish and chips. I like to bring a little bit more to it, so you can see places as well and experience what it's like. 'Cause it's not just about the actual place where you're going to eat, it's about the surrounding area and where it actually is, where it's located. It's fantastic, I love it. Anyway, I have to say now though, I am getting very hungry, so let's get there. Come on. You know, whoever's designed that building, you can imagine the architect, can't you? His name would be Joseph Warrington Fisher III or whatever, and he's designing it, putting all the curves in. Listen, we need the curves in here because we need to let the sunlight in, so we can bring in the sun and the feeling of the sun goes raw. I'm just talking all like that. You know what I mean. I mean, it's a strange building. It's not getting my food though, is it? Come on. Right, here we are, Brick Lane. Now this has actually been on Man vs Food, and I've actually done the challenge, the fall challenge, which is the hottest curry in the world. I've done that before on a video, and I'll put that in a link above here somewhere, and also at the end. I did it with my mate Martin, the Silver Fox, and boy oh boy was it hot. But that's not what we're not going for that today. I'm stumbling for words because it was so hot we was in tears. You've got to watch that at the end of this, trust me, you will love it. It is a right hoot. We're going to head on in there. We're just going to have, I think I'm going to just go for like a tikka masala, but heat it up a little bit because we don't want it to be too weak. We need a little bit of something to warm us up. Going to go for some starters, etc. Have a look at the menu. We'll see what we feel like. A bit of a naan as well. Let's get in there. Oh, right my friends, well I think I'm going to have a beer because I deserve it after all that walking. And if you're wondering why it's not very busy, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 10 past 4 in the afternoon. I try and time it so that there's not a lot of people in these places, so that you've not got a really loud, obnoxious YouTuber shouting how crispy something is on the inside, on the outside, and soft on the in, and going, oh yes, like the Churchill dog off the commercials in the UK. Anyway, before we go any further, take a closer look at the menu, my friends. Right my friends, so we've got the water that they bring you there as well. Got my beer, my lager, Kingfisher. We've also got the poppadoms here, slightly different to what they are in the UK, as you can see there, look. There we go. Then we've got the tamarind, I think he's just explained this to me, the onion relish, and the mint chutney as well. So and then and this as well he's brought me, I've not seen this before to be honest, it's like a tomato soup. We'll taste a little bit of that actually, wow, that's actually really nice. That's like the sauce out of a tikka or something. It's wow, it's got a little bit of a kick to it. That is beautiful. Wow. Wow, actually that is really nice. Right. Just wets the taste buds a little bit. Right, oh yeah. Right. I think I'm going to order. I'll have a look. See what I'm going to order. What am I going to order? Need a starters as well. Probably onion bhaji if they've got it. But then give me a minute. Just give me a minute. I'll eat this and then we'll decide. Don't rush me. Right, I can't believe I'm actually doing this, but apparently, because it's Brick Lane, named after the famous Brick Lane in London, they also do British fish and chips. Now, you will have seen that I went to Gordon Ramsay's the other day for fish and chips, and it was terrible, because it didn't have the proper English fries, the proper English chips. It had fries, but these have got proper British chips. And they've got cod as well. And what Gordon Ramsay didn't have, he didn't have mushy peas. These guys have actually got mushy peas. And I said, I can't come to an Indian restaurant and order that. And I said, I'll tell you what I'll do, because I've been looking forward to the tikka masala. I says, I'll order the fish chips and mushy peas, and I'll take the tikka masala, and if I don't eat it all, I'll take it back home with me, because it is the land of where you take stuff to go. So I can't believe it. So I've actually come to an Indian restaurant for British fish and chips. So it's got to be done, really, hasn't it? I've seen it and I thought, well, that's what I do. It's what I'm known for, the fish and chip monster. So yeah, there we go. Cod, chips, mushy peas, and a tikka masala. Well, that's probably never been done before. It's crazy, isn't it? Anyway, cheers. Okay, so the food's here and it's being delivered by a robot. Now that is a first for me. Wow, that is, just look at this. That is fantastic. I love it. I've never seen, I've heard about them, but I've never actually seen that before. So, wow. Anyway, the food looks great. Just take a closer look at the food, my friends. Right, my friends, well, I've got to say, strange concoction with going with fish and chips in an Indian restaurant, but you've got the thicker chips there, the steak fries, got the tartar sauce there, also got the chicken tikka masala, got a naan bread, got some rice as well. I didn't even have to ask for this, they gave me the malt vinegar. Here we go, let's pop some of this vinegar on, there we go. Get a little bit of vinegar on there. We've got the mushy peas in there as well. So there's the mushy peas. Different looking slightly to the ones that I have in the UK. We're going to go a little bit of salt on there as well. Get a little bit of salt on there. There we go. Now then, I just need my fork. I get my fork here at the ready, because we're going to try the fish and chips out first, and then we're also going to try the chicken tikka masala, which I've asked him to add a little bit more spice to as well. So we're going for the cod first. It's a little bit more like breadcrumbs, like a is it panko or something, like breadcrumbs on there. That's cod on there, nice bit of cod there. Wow, I mean, the fish tastes very nice. Nice piece of cod. Got the mushy peas there. Tasty. Now we're going to go for the tartar sauce as well. Now, I'll try a fry first. A chip. It's nice to see the thicker chips rather than in America you get the thinner fries. like I did at Gordon Ramsay's. So we're going to go in for put a little bit of fish on there. There we go. It is like a breadcrumb though, I'd say it's more of a breadcrumb than a batter. Wow. But I have to say, it does taste very nice. Right. Okay. Tell you what I might be doing. I might be getting one of these chips and dipping it in the curry there. Wow. Oh, okay. Right, I'm going to pop that over there for the time being. There we go. I can take that back with me. Although, saying that, I may eat it. Now, my cousin, who, Stephen from Leeds, big Leeds United supporter, unfortunately, always has chips with his Indian meal. There we go. Get a bit of rice on there. Let's get a bit of rice in there. Pop that in there. Make a little bit of a... There we go. A little bit of a dam in the middle there. And we'll pop some of this chicken tikka masala on here. Now this, lots of pieces of chicken in there. Wow, there is 1, 2, 3 pieces of chicken there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a lot of chicken in there. That looks excellent. Just look at that sauce. Wow, there we go. Okay, right. I'll tell you what, this looks spot on. Go in for the chicken. Here we go. We've got the nice sauce there. Nice white chicken there. There we go. And I know you'll say, well, all chicken's white, but it isn't always that white. Very succulent. Not too dry. Perfect. That, wow. Oh. Wow. Slight spiciness to it. The sauce is very creamy. Really nice. This is a very nice tikka masala. And the chicken, succulent. Beautiful. But you know what it's screaming out for? It's screaming out for me to put a... I think the lights have gone off. Put a couple of chips on there. There we go. Oh yeah. That. Wow. That's what we call it in Mansfield and in Yorkshire. Chips, rice, best of both. It's the best of both. Beautiful. I'm in my element. Absolutely gorgeous. Right. I'll eat this, come back to you, and then we'll mark it out of 10. But wow, lots of chicken in there. Not wasting these chips. Get in there. Get on there. See you guys in a minute. Ha! A little bit of Britain in New York. Right, I've got to tell you, this is absolutely spot on. I've finished all the curry. There was so much meat in that, unbelievable. So much chicken. I'm going to get through the rest of the chips actually. I'll tell you what, that tartar sauce is very, very nice. Extremely nice. Superb. And the naan bread, excellent. It's Peshwari naan. It's their spin on the Peshwari naan. It's got cashew nuts in it, coconuts in it. It's got a little bit of, it seems a little bit like marmalade, but it's like a jam, I guess we'd call it in England, but it's very, very nice. The rice was nice and fluffy. The mushy peas, excellent. Mushed. The last time I had them was a little bit like when I was at James May's place. The fish and chips, it was a spin on fish and chips because it wasn't a battered fish, it was more of a breadcrumb. If you can see, there's still a little bit left there, more like a breadcrumb. But I have to say, given that, the actual fish itself, very, very tasty, extremely tasty. Beautiful fish. I want to save a few chips to take back with me, with that fish for later. Take this naan bread back for Damien. It's just, I've actually got my mate Damien who I'm staying with, but there's no sauce left for it. So anyway, I'll eat the rest of this, I'll get the bill, finish my beer, and I'll see you guys outside and we'll mark it out of 10 and see what the bill comes to. See you guys in a minute. Right, okay, so let's get down to business, shall we? Fish and chips in an Indian restaurant. Well, it was different. It wasn't exactly fish and chips from a fish and chip shop. It didn't have batter on it by any means. It was more breadcrumb. What did I have had it before? Is it panko breadcrumbs or something like that? But I can't remember exactly. Comments down below. But the fish was nice. I'll give it credit. It wasn't fish and chips from a fish and chip shop, but it was very, very tasty fish. And the breadcrumbs was nice. The mushy peas were. They weren't like normal mushy peas. They were like the ones that I had at James May's place, if you look back at that. But again, they were nice. The tartar sauce was tasty. Yeah, it was a nice fish and chips. I'll mark the fish and chips out of 10, and I'll mark the curry out of 10. First of all, by the way, the bill came to $54.44. Here's a copy of the bill. Tikka masala, Peshwari naan, one kingfisher, and one open food. Is that the fish and chips? And the $54.44, and I left a 20% tip on top of that as well, because that's what you do in New York. Fish and chips, I'd go. I enjoyed them. I'm going to be fair. They weren't the best, but it was very tasty fish. So I'm going to go 7.9 for the fish and chips. Good, they were nice, good. Right, down to the curry though. The curry had got a little bit of a bite to it. I know it was only a tikka masala, but I asked them to put a little bit more spice into it. And they have the fall challenge as well, which Adam Richmond did as well. That's on YouTube somewhere, for Man vs Food. And I also had it with Martin, which I said earlier on. You can see that at the end. A very tasty curry. For me, it's my favourite go-to Indian restaurant in New York. I don't believe there is anywhere better for an Indian restaurant than Brick Lane in New York City. It's fantastic. Their curries are tasty. It was full to the brim, full of chicken. The sauce was creamy. The Peshwari naan was sweet. Very, very nice. Very tasty. The curry wise, to mark the curry out of 10, I'm gonna go. It's a difficult one, this, because I don't like giving 10s particularly, but I think for the curry, it's got to be a 10 for the curry, because it was so tasty and full of flavour and full of chicken. So for me, yeah, the curry's a 10. The fish and chips, yeah, if you want fish and chips, I mean, let's face it, it was way better than Gordon Ramsay's fish fingers and French fries. So there we go. That's Brick Lane Curry House. Is it as good as Brick Lane in London? I actually think the curry is. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's spot on. It really is flavoursome, flavourful. So there we go. Brick Lane Curry House in New York City. Served by a robot as well. I've never had fish and chips though in an Indian restaurant before. That's a first, isn't it? Just needed, I was going to say I need some curry sauce, but I had some, didn't I? That's all from me today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, click the little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Right, back to Hoboken now. I think I'll get a cab. Taxi!